My people, in this video, we're going to talk about what to do if you have equipment malfunction with a patient in the back of the ambulance, on an emergency, on your way to the hospital. Stay tuned. So, bro, one time I was on the way to the hospital with a critical patient, and for some strange reason, the ventilator on the baby who was having seizures was not working. For some strange reason, everything we did was not making the situation better. And the baby was gagging, and the ventilator was just causing so many different issues. So you may just be trying to suction somebody. You may just be trying to cardiovert somebody. You may just be trying to put a splint or use the backboard. Like, imagine rushing to get the backboard, and for some strange reason, somebody didn't put all the 3 straps that you need. And now you're fumbling for straps while trying to transport a trauma patient. As paramedics, there's a lot of times where you may be looking for something that's knee deep inside of your bag. And if you're not familiar with the bag because it's your first tour on that ambulance, because you usually ride another ambulance, you may be fumbling on the scene. And that's what we don't want. And that's why I want to make this video, because there's times where there's things that are completely out of your grasp that you can't do nothing about. And that's the answer that I want to share with you. But before I do that, I also want to tell you, take extreme accountability for everything that does and doesn't happen on the ambulance tour. Are you checking your bags at the beginning of the shift? Are you making sure your equipment works properly? Did you check the battery status of your AED, of your EKG machine, your cardiac monitor? So understand, my people, a lot of the mistakes and a lot of the pressure that EMS professionals deal with are completely avoidable. And in case you're wondering, I'm in Avanza Studios right now. I got a lot of fun stuff going on. If you're interested in some kind of mentorship, some kind of guidance, or some kind of preceptorship, check out the link below. I got you. Now, back to the topic. When issues arise, which they will inevitably do, the first thing you need to do is behave like a duck. How does a duck behave? Basically, on top of the surface of the water, they look nice and calm. Under the water, they're paddling like heck. What does that mean for you? When things are happening as an EMT, as a paramedic, people are looking for you to answer the situation. They're looking for you as a source of relief. Don't be the person who adds to the stress. So if you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, if you're showing people that you're flustered because the equipment is not working, then they're going to notice. For example, one time I was working with this really big paramedic who did not want to carry the cardiac monitor. Oh, it's unconscious, but we don't need the cardiac monitor. So I grabbed the chair, I grabbed the bags, I did what I grabbed my part, and when we went upstairs, he followed through with what he said. He said we didn't need the monitor. That was his story. He stuck to it, and he didn't come with the monitor. Little did we know, the person that was in cardiac arrest was a fire chief. What did I do? I recognized that we needed the monitor, even though this big guy didn't get it. So instead of me getting irate, what I told him was, or what I told the firefighter was, hey, can you do me a favor, bro? Just bring the monitor that's in the back of the ambulance. He brought it. We did what we had to do, and we worked it up. But guess what? If your suction canister is not working, do the same thing. Don't act flustered. Try your best to troubleshoot it with whatever you have. With that little baby that I mentioned at the beginning, you want to know what I did? BLS before ALS. I removed the ventilator, and I started bagging the baby with a BVM. And everything turned out all right. So I just want to tell you guys, equipment is something that is part of providing pre-hospital care. And sometimes that equipment fails. And the best thing you can do is rely on your basic life support skills so that you can minimize the damage of the equipment failure. especially for ALS. Sometimes you may be on having an IV pump, and there's IV pumps that never fail. You know which ones those are. But if you have IV failure and you're on a pressor, then know your dopamine dosages. Know what to give, when to give it, and how to give it. So, to leave you with this, my people, BLS before ALS. And if you got to use ALS, do what's within your protocol and what you already know what to do and you already know to do. All right? Share this with somebody who you think will benefit from it. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff from YouTube. And if you have any questions, just hit me up. Once again, I've been a healthcare provider for over 20 years. I'm an EMT, paramedic, and I'm also a medical doctor. And all my experience came from the South Bronx and other super duper busy areas of New York City in the 911 system. So if you have any questions, I'm the person you should be asking so that you can be a better healthcare provider for yourself, for your patients, and your community. So hit me up. I'm at your service.